Hello and welcome back to another episode of TWIG. This week Galaxite announced when Season 3 is coming out, which is very exciting. Let's get another video. So as always, I'll start off by putting the changelogs for this week's update on the screen now, so you can pause the video and read them if you want. So the new items in the shop this week are the epic, the one and only title, the legendary Sakura Tea Core, the rare Flowers Gravestone, the epic Cat Boy Evo avatar, the epic Cat Girl Evo avatar, and the rare Foxtail avatar is still in the shop from last week. Also, all of the festive items that had stayed in the store have now all been removed, you can't get them anymore. So in this week's changelogs, Galaxite have announced when Season 3 will be coming out. They haven't given an exact date like they did before Season 2 came out, but still we've got a decent idea of when it'll come out. They've said it'll be sometime between February the 15th and February the 25th. It's about a month from now. They've also said that the devs are still working hard to get ready for Season 3. I think that's probably why they've given sort of like a 10-day range. It'll be sometime in there, because I think they're still working on stuff and they want to make sure it's all they want to make sure there's nothing wrong with it, make sure it's all completely how they want it to be before they actually release Season 3. That's what I think is going on. But still, we've got about a month to wait and then Season 3 will come out. That's very exciting. So there's been a couple of changes in Kronos this week. One of the changes I think is really cool, and it's an amazing addition. I'll start with the other one, which is just sort of a bit smaller. Basically breaking glass in water. Now it'll fill back up the space with water when before it would just leave an empty space. I guess it just sort of makes sense that water should fill back up where you break the blocks rather than just leaving a massive empty space. And I guess it would also sort of stop people blocking themselves in underwater or something. And I don't know, but I think it's just generally a good change because it sort of makes sense that water would flow back into the spot where you've broken a block. The bigger change to Kronos that I think is an amazing addition is the Timeshard Shop. The time shards that you get for finishing in a high place in a game of Kronos, for example, for finishing first place, you would get 10 time shards. Before you could only spend them on perks. There was 8 different perks in the 3 different categories, so there was 24 perks you could get in total. And once you'd got all 24, there was basically nothing else to do with your time shards. But you would sort of still keep earning them for playing more games of Kronos. You would just end up with loads of time shards that you couldn't do anything with. But now with the new Timeshard Shop, you can sort of do something with those extra time shards that you weren't using before. And also, even if you've not got all the perks, you've only got a few. But if you've sort of got all the perks that you want and that you think you'll use, and all the other ones you think, oh well, I'll probably not use them, then maybe you can use your time shards in the Timeshard Shop as well, and then you can get some other stuff. I think that's really cool. You can get vanity items and XP in the Timeshard Shop. At the moment there's only 2 vanity items in the Timeshard Shop. They're both titles. They're both 1,500 time shards. The first one is the Kronos Master title, and the second one is the Kronos Wins title. The Kronos Wins one is sort of like the Kronos Kills one that already that was already in the game. It sort of tracks how many wins you've got, and everyone can see if you're using the Kronos Wins title, everyone can see how many wins you've got in Kronos. It's sort of a way to flex how many wins you've got in Kronos to everyone else, and also that you've got enough time shards to buy the thing. And you can also get XP in the time shard shop. It's for each time shard that you trade in, you get 10 XP. I guess sort of if maybe it's getting towards the end of the season and you want to get up to a certain point in the battle pass or whatever, you can sort of trade in some of your time shards. Or also, if you've already bought everything in the Timeshard Shop and you've got extra time shards, then I guess you could just trade them in for XP. So yeah. So I just wanted to add, like, with the vanity part of the like Timeshard Shop, I didn't know whether maybe in the future when there's like more things you can get within the Timeshard Shop, like other than just the two titles that are there at the moment, I don't know whether it'll just add on, so there's like just extra things you can get, or maybe it'll like rotate like the normal shop. I don't know. It's just something I thought because in the future, I guess like it'll get to a point where much more people have enough time shards to just get all the things, so there'd be more need for other things to get. So yeah, I didn't know how it would work, but I'd say those are probably the two options of how it would work. It would either rotate and be other stuff or other stuff added on. So yeah. So there's also been a couple changes in Core Wars. So yeah, the first change is that now when the death messages come up in the chat, you can see which team the people who were involved are from. So yeah, you can see which team the person who died's from and which team the person who killed them's from. Yeah, it's just sort of a bit more useful in general. You sort of see exactly which teams are involved. There's not really any major situations where this will be like really useful, so it doesn't really change the game too much, which is good. But yeah, it's sort of maybe if you're like chasing someone and like you lose them, you don't know where they've gone, but then you see that the yellow team's core's just been taken, and then you see in the chat that that person you were chasing has killed someone from yellow team, then you'll know, oh, they're going to be over at yellow base. So yeah, there's not really any like big situations where it's really useful, but it's just sort of a bit like just quite handy. So yeah. So the other change in Core Wars, you can probably tell from the background footage at the moment, is that there's a new map. It's called Pirates. It's in all the different modes. So yeah, solo, double, quad. Yeah, it's a really cool map. It looks like really good. You can tell the that like Blockception have put a lot of effort into making it. So yeah, a lot of people are saying it's like their new favorite map because it is like sort of quite different from the other maps. It like when you're playing on it, it feels a bit different from other maps. So yeah, I think that's might be what some people like about it. It's like it's very good that you can just sort of get to the person next to you straight away in just one set of blocks. You can just build to the side. So yeah, I think that's really good for just getting a quick kill. Like yeah, that's sort of what I normally do when I'm playing. I just go to the side and rush everyone from the side, and it's good that you just need one set of blocks to get to the person next to you. Also, it's a lot of people are just sort of going straight to the middle and getting a bunch of emeralds. Because yeah, I would say Russian emeralds is quite overpowered. Like it is sort of in general, but especially on this map. But yeah, and I personally I don't really think it's as good as some other maps for my playstyle, because I just sort of like to go straight round and get everyone really quickly. But the map is quite big, so it can take like the games can take a bit longer than on other maps. So yeah, I would say this sort of favors people with the playstyle that like to rush mid or like just sort of stay near their base, but like get a bunch of diamonds and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the solo and doubles one because it's not really right for my playstyle. But I would say most people don't have the same playstyle as me. Like the average person who just plays Core Wars is probably just gonna play the sort of playstyle that is good for the Pirates map. So I think that's why it's so popular from like quite a lot of people. So yeah, but I would say the quads map is very good because it's sort of like the Painted Cliffs or Elder Springs quads maps. You just need like two sets of blocks to go to the people on either side. So yeah, I don't know. I think the quads map is really cool, and the solo map is really cool. But yeah, the solo map isn't great for just a side Russian playstyle. So that's it for all of the changes to Galaxite this week. But I wanted to quickly talk about how, like last week, Stampy, you'll probably know him. He used to be like one of the biggest YouTubers. But yeah, he had a stream where he played on a bunch of different Bedrock Edition servers, and one of the servers he played on was Galaxite. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Um, I just thought it was like really cool that like Stampy, who's like he's got like almost 10 million subscribers and like 7.5 billion views. So it was just kind of crazy that I was playing on Galaxite. And it was also pretty funny how like when he was on Galaxite, a bunch of people from the stream must have like gone on Galaxite, and like when he played Fill the Gaps, which is sort of the least played game in Galaxite, it went up to like 300 players, it was like the most or second most played game on Galaxite at that time. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And also, when he was streaming, there was a massive crowd of people around him, but I managed to like fly behind him and get on the stream, so that was pretty cool. So yeah. Also, speaking of YouTubers playing on Galaxite, like this week when I was just playing a game of Cold War Solo, I got in a game with Diocese, so that was pretty cool. I also managed to win, so yeah, that was like really cool. I tried to film it, but the recording didn't work, so I've just got like 2 seconds, and yeah, that was it. And so yeah, you can't really see much, but yeah. And also on that same day, Pizzas was playing on Galaxite, and in the Discord, like the Galaxite Discord, I actually had a little chat with him, and he like he said he saw me in game, and he like watched an episode of Twig. So yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, that's it for this episode of Twig. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and also if you're not already, please subscribe, because it really helps me out, and it also means you won't miss any future episodes of this series. So yeah, bye.